So my garden bed soil was super fancy potting mix, which is very expensive, but has fertilizer and is a pretty good mix. And then I got some really cheap azalea mix, which is good for potatoes because azalea mix is slightly acidic and potatoes like acidic soil. And then the rest was just some dirt from a giant heap I have that came with the block that's full of kind of like, there's a bit of horse shit in it. There's, you know, bits of iron nails in it sometimes. So just a bit of it's like the bowl of brown from Game of Thrones, that in soil equivalent. So I chucked some of that in there as well. And then I've gone and put some, you can sort of see, just some slow release fertilizer. And then I soaked in a crap load of sea salt as well. So that's probably about the most nutrient rich soil on the block at the moment by about 500%. Hey there, it is time for me to pick my potatoes. So this garden bed just behind me here has I think 5 rows left, or maybe 6 of 3 potato plants each. I just planted Dutch yellow potatoes, organic ones that I just bought from Coles, like supermarket potatoes, and they've all grown into pretty successful plants, apart from one that failed for whatever reason, just nothing really became of it. So I've pulled out 3 already about 2 weeks ago, and I'm storing them in my cellar. I was going to leave them in for a little bit longer, but I've noticed some of the plants are going fairly yellow, and one of them's actually looking a little bit rotty, so I'm going to pull that one first and see what it's like. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see the yield of what began as about 20 buried potatoes. I'm hoping is multiplied to about 200, so we will see. So this plant here, I've just noticed the leaves are looking a little bit extra scabby, so let's rip this one out and see how it's looking underneath. Hopefully it's not all sick and rotten. Grab all the foliage, give it a big old pull upwards, and let's see what we got. Good decent sized potatoes on this one. Some of them I notice make lots of small ones, and others seem to get good big nuggety looking ones like these, so interesting. Oh, there's the little one there though. Got a bit of a chasm in there. I'm not sure if that's any good. Chickens might be out of that one. The gooey remains of the original seed potato in there. It's all together pretty much gone though, the original seed potato. So that is 6 potatoes from one, so not as high a rate as I've had before, so that might be to do with how the plant was faring health wise. We'll see. See how the rest go. Many more on this one, lots of small ones too. I'll start laying them out there so I can get a bit of a better tally. So far I'm on that many from 2 plants already. Now I'm fast approaching critical mass potatoes, so I'm going to choose the last. I'm going to leave the greenest plants in the ground still, because really that's a good place to store them if I'm not using them. And just pull out one more, I think, because I'm getting a lot of potatoes, more than I can probably use or give away even. Big one. Choose some new seeds and actually plant them today as well. So I've got a cyclical potato batch. Soil still seems pretty nice. Right, so this is the loose ones in the first couple of plants worth, and then these are the ones that I've pulled. So let's have a bit of a look. This might be the seed potato. So you'd be able to tell if it's all hollow inside. See if I'm right. Oh no, oh yeah, I was, yeah. So it's just, you can see it's kind of a bit more cavernous than usual in there. So that's just one that's been used to start them all. Still not a bad, like still quite a healthy looking seed potato, but yeah, chickens can have that. See, that's a seed potato when they really contribute a lot to the growth. Yuck. Turn into mush, pretty much. And then this one here was that Super King giant potato plant. I've already dug out probably 6 or 7 that were just left behind by it. So absolute mad lad. Look at this guy. What a unit. So now I'm going to choose 5 or 6 big ones out of these to replant, and I'm probably going to use the ones from the most recent plant that was so big and strong, so we'll see if that repeats itself. So I'm lucky enough to have a root cellar, so I'm going to store them. I've already got some in there. I'm going to just put this basket under a fan in there. I know they're all touching, they're a bit too close, but I do plan on using and giving a fair few of these away in the next week or so. And then this other, I've just made a box. I've just cut a pair of sort of holes through there so their air can circulate through them. My cellar is pitch dark, so that will do the job of keeping the light off them, because if they get light on them, they go green and they start to turn and are inedible. Current potato hoard there, just with a fan pointing down on them. Does the job. This is like my little root cellar. I just keep some longer term, like food, curries, pastas, rices and things in here, and it all seems to be working actually pretty well at the moment. It's everything's staying dry. The cellar did have a bit of a dampness problem. It still kind of does, but just keeping the fan going in here which I know isn't great. It's probably using a bit more power than I'd like to use, but it's not really kicking me too hard in the dick. I've got solar on the roof, so not doing too badly. This is really the extent of my preps, just like super long life things. Honey, rice, pastas, sugars and flours, condensed milks and long life milk, a bit of gin, some cereal type products, more pasta, and then just some basic canned goods. And that's really it. Just enough to keep us going for a few months. If the truck stopped driving for some reason,